Hey, check it out. I got a new crown. The old one broke.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages where most sci-fi films happen to take place. Star Wars, Star Trek, Starship Troopers. A lot of them had the word star in the title. Why?
I don't know. Just a popular trend?
Battle Beyond the Stars, a sci-fi that feels like, well, many other sci-fis. To my surprise, it seems like this movie is less popular than I imagined. Everyone I ask about it seems to have never heard of it. Believe it or not, I saw this movie once when I was a young teenager, then kind of forgot it existed, and hey, wouldn't you know, it still does. So what is Battle Beyond the Stars, you may ask? Well, it's been heavily described as a futuristic Magnificent Seven in space, and is usually compared to films such as the 1954 hit Seven Samurai. Upon the film's release, it got some pretty mixed reviews, but in recent years has earned somewhat of a cult following due to its creative set designs and effect-heavy action set pieces. Speaking of effects, did you know that the special effects for this film were designed by James Cameron? Yeah, that's right, young James Cameron, who would later go on to direct films such as Terminator, Avatar, and, well, plenty of others. The film itself stars Darlene Flugel, John Saxton, Robert Fogg, playing a similar role to that of his character from Magnificent Seven, and George Peppard. Oh, and playing the film's lead role, actor Richard Thomas, famously known for his role in The Waltons and Stephen King's It. The original, not the other one. Sucks I gotta say that.
Yeah, I remember somewhat enjoying this movie when I was a kid, but to say I feel the same today is like a whole nother question. I mean, there was a lot of Sonic games that I thought were good when I was a kid, and boy was I wrong. But enough talking already. Let's let the movie speak for itself. Movies can't talk.
Alright, let's get this battle started. Am I right, guys? Gotta open it up. Gotta get out of the... Damn it! No!
So the movie begins with some cool opening credits, much like many old films, and after that, a spaceship begins to fly in and... Wait a minute. Why does this look so familiar? Then we're introduced to the film's main antagonist, the evil Lord Sadar, looking in on... Oh, okay, wait, hold on for a second. Time out. I am getting a striking sense of familiarity watching this movie. From the spaceships, the corridors, the characters, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it reminds me of another popular sci-fi movie that came out just 3 years before it. Yeah, one that went on to inspire many other countless films for years to come and eventually being bought out by Disney. What was it?
Oh, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Total replica of that movie.
Anyway, Sadar blows up a weather satellite, turning it into stars, flies in closer, and begins to threaten the planet, which, from the looks of things, seems to be made up of a population of around 15 to 20 people.
I am Sadar of the Mount Mori. I have come with my forces to conquer you. If you do not submit, your planet and all life on it will be burned to ash.
But first, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends, one of the biggest mobile role-playing games of 2019.
So Sadar shoots some guys and then eventually he fucks off.
The Akira haven't fought for centuries.
I have fought, and I am a son of Akira. I have lasted this long by fighting.
Oh, sit your ass down. You've lasted this long because the VA still covers your health bills.
To fight creatures of violence, you must use creatures of violence.
Yeah, bitch! That's how we do it in America! Let's go!
Who will find them?
I will. You're a boy.
Yeah, just a boy who mysteriously found his way into this urgently important meeting about the fate of the planet and who we know nothing about thus far. I don't see anything wrong with that.
My brother is the only one who can fly Zed's ship.
That's a junk pile.
Junk pile!
And like that, they give Peter Pan permission to use the ship and send him out to find Dr. Hephaestus, so that hopefully they can get some weapons to fight in the war. Also, the ship looks like a giant pair of testicles. And it talks.
There, old girl?
And her name is Nell. And it's voiced by Lynn Carlin.
Nobody calls me that but Zed.
Anyway, Shad gets into a little space fight with some hairy pig scrotum looking fellas, but Pussy's out of shooting them. However, it doesn't matter because they fuck off anyway. Eventually, Shad gets to Dr. Asbesto's station and basically breaks in. Once breaking in, we're greeted by a choir of androids right before Shad is strapped onto a moving couch. Not gonna lie, the android song kinda gives me some of Portal 2's ending vibes. Soon enough, Shad meets Dr. Herbivore's daughter and she takes him to her father.
You are welcome, Shad of the Akira.
Hey, the doc may not look like it now, but trust me, back in the day, he really was ahead of his time. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up.
The station was built for many. It remains a hollow and lonely place. You've met my daughter.
You don't mean that you want me to breed with your daughter?
I don't know about you, but most time the girl's father has to tell me not to bang his daughter. Shad, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here.
You would stay here in peace forever.
Well, what about your daughter? Have you asked what she wants?
Oh, come on, Shad. It's only gonna take you an hour or two. I mean, if it were me, we'd be talking 20 minutes or less. Hey, don't get discouraged, folks. No one said it was a race.
The defense of this planet is hopeless. He will understand that.
Literally all his friends and loved ones are going to die, but, you know, it's cool. He'll understand.
They change shade and wave when the wind blows.
Wind?
It's air blowing around, sweetheart. What do you want me to say?
That means at the slightest trace of infection, they would just rot like fallen fruit. I've heard of them.
I like how the robot's just watching in anticipation, like, y'all gonna fuck now or nah?
Anyway, Nanelia commands the robot to walk into the electro shield thingy so that it can die and Shad can escape.
Dummy.
Shad then invites Nanelia to come with him, but she declines, but ends up following him anyway because, I don't know.
We can predict their attack modes and plan a defense.
I'd like to exchange data with that thing. Might be some new wrinkles I should catch up on.
Exchange data? Well, whew, I'd like to exchange some data with you, Nell. That is, if you know what I'm saying.
Nell.
Okay, so long story short, she told me not to use protection, and now my computer has a serious virus. But I gave her age, so I guess that makes us even.
They are a proud form.
In an hour, there'll be an extinct one.
Oh yeah? Well, not as extinct as you're about to be, old man!
Starboard side, kid. We got some action.
What is it?
Most likely some very dangerous action, considering this man has a giant Confederate flag on the side of his ship.
For I'm a poor cowboy. You know I've done wrong.
Ah, nothing like the son of a man who is completely given up.
This is Space Cowboy. SOS.
Mayday. Help!
Mayday, oh no, I'm in trouble. Somebody come help me. They're coming to get me, oh no.
Not from behind. No, not from behind, no.
After a few minutes of pussying out and Nell doing all the work for him, Shad is finally introduced to the cowboy.
Then I've seen old movies. That's all I do on long hauls.
Well,
I have the greatest collection of old westerns.
we'll need experienced soldiers. Would you care to fight with us?
Kid, I'm trying to pawn off my VHS collection so I can switch to Blu-ray. Can you just do me a favor and work with me here?
Sador's never lost a war. He never quits. You fight Sador, and you've got a snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah, well, our chances would be wider than a snowball with you on our team, cowboy.
Stellar converter.
See what I mean?
Yeah, okay. You make a good point. But, just you wait till Sador gets a taste of one of these bad boys.
Seeing Sador blow up the planet the cowboy was planning to deliver to, he agrees to give Shad a shit ton of weapons and help him out since he also saved his life.
As a matter of fact, I'll show you Custer's last stand.
Man, I sure hope he's talking about the movie and not the actual Battle of Little Bighorn, because if history serves me right, that was a pretty brutal one. I mean, of course, depending on which side you were on. If you were on the other side, then probably felt like a pretty good short-term victory.
Meanwhile, Nanelia ends up flying through a bunch of light rainbows or something and then passes out. Oh my god, they hunt her from a noose. What? Oh, whew. It's just her arms.
Yes, indeed. A very tasty looking morsel. I am Kenan of the Lander Zone, and these are my crew. They're burning me! They're Kelvin. They communicate in degrees of heat.
Well, they certainly don't communicate in degrees of height, am I right? I'm 5'6". I have every right to make that joke.
And this is Kopeg, my pooner.
One of my favorite things about old sci-fis like this one is that they could just make up any weird sci-fi word they want and have it make sense. I mean, what the fuck is a Kunar? Who knows? Who cares? Maybe it's his lover. Maybe it's his slave. You know, maybe he's having the guy for lunch later.
I know a market where a female form like yours could bring in some heavy dust.
Hey, we have something like that on Earth, too. It's called sex trafficking.
Sador?
Anyway, so Dr. Kirk Connors over here takes a complete 180 after learning Sador still lives and agrees to help save the planet of Akir. Oh shit, is that the Millennium Falcon? Oh, nope. Just another instance of this movie stealing from Emmett Otter's Jugman Christmas. How original.
This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations.
Okay, but for real, Shad meets some sperm men with the power of telekinesis and they offer to help him out. Then the scrotum heads from earlier kidnap and rape some lesbian on her wedding day.
What? Don't give me that look. That's what happens. If you don't believe me, watch the fucking movie.
Shortly after this, Shad goes to a lightning planet but gets his ass kicked by a sewer grate. Okay, not gonna lie, I kind of dig the broken, distorted music during this cave part. I mean, the whole sound design here is honestly kind of a banger. Oh, that's right. This is the scene where Shad accidentally stumbles into an abandoned underground strip club.
What's the matter, Shad? Not into MILFs?
Who sent you?
I'm hiring mercenaries. I was told that there would be many on Nascosto.
There's not a planet in the galaxy where there isn't a bounty on my head.
What makes you so popular?
I settle disputes very quickly. I'm very good at it.
And I may have dodged 10 to 20 years worth of tax payments.
I have no home, no family, no principles. What else would I kill for?
Pleasure?
No. It's strictly business with me.
Really? Because personally, I find it to be one of the only things that gets me off nowadays.
So Robert Vaughn, or who will later be known as Gelt, agrees to join Shad. Then Shad takes off once again, but gets interrupted by a character one may call an attempt to please the male audience. I think you'll see what I'm talking about soon enough.
I am Saint Exman of the Valkyrie. I have counted coup upon you. It was a very enjoyable fight.
Enjoyable fight?
But then all fighting is enjoyable. I have heard of your battle with the Malmori. I wish to join you.
My planet is in danger, and you're playing tag with me. Your ship is like a toy. You have no firepower.
It is one of the fastest in the universe.
Well, the Varda teach us that swift rain is little rain.
I don't know, Shad. I think she might make the perfect distraction for the enemy team. I mean, you all saw the way she flew her ship. I mean, Chad was completely set off course by this.
Where you been, Chad? You're 2 martinis late.
I've got some help. We'll meet in the Lambda Zone. Is that real smoke you're putting into your lungs?
Yep. And before you ask, it is the worst thing in the world for him.
Well, I don't think you should do it.
What is this, a movie or a smoking PSA?
So now, with all these characters rounded up, Shad and them make for the Lambda Zone to meet up with Nanelia and her party to finally save Akir and stop Sador once and for all.
Something's coming. 7 ships.
7? What do you think we should do?
Run away?
Good idea.
Man, if these guys ain't the selling point for this movie, then I really don't know who is.
Too bad guilt blows them up along with the hostage they had inside. Anyway, so the group gets back to Akir, only to discover the people of the planet are hiding as they aren't used to being around such violent forms. Also, is no one really gonna say anything about this bitch inviting herself in? I mean, I am by no means against it, I just think it's funny that no one really gives a shit.
The warning system is operational.
Bitch, that's a fax machine. Sit your ass down.
We're gonna create the galaxy's biggest Malmori cemetery.
Now, assuming you guys win, that's where you're gonna put all the bodies, right?
I've got some more surprises for any visitors.
What drink is that?
Scotch and soda.
Now that is a product the world needs right now. A scotch and soda dispenser that flows directly out of your belt, okay? It is 2021. Let's get on it, guys.
I could do wonders for that boy. I would recharge his capacitors, stimulate his solenoid, tingle, dingle, dangle, prangle his transistors. You know, sex.
Oh, sex! You know, I just couldn't understand what she meant by that, you know, with that seductive tone and all.
Can't imagine what it must be like.
Stick with me. You'll get an education.
So.
Flagship to rear guard 1. Do you read me?
Sir, yes. I think you have the wrong number.
Flagship to
Rear guard what? Who are you trying to contact, sir?
Halo Tembo, come in.
I don't know who that is, but stop calling here. This is like the 10th.
Could we possibly be out of range? Help Akir against me. Nobody could be that stupid.
Have you even been around the galaxy? I mean, I know for a fact I've seen at least 7 of them.
Do you think you could show me the ropes?
Ropes?
Well, St. X-Men said... Well, she explained how on her planet... What do you do here?
I don't understand.
I mean, I want to fuck. Now, how do we do it?
Does your species have kissing?
Oh, yes. We have that.
I think it's your torque bar.
My what?
Your torque bar, it slipped its groove.
Man, way to kill the mood, Nanelia. I mean, if you didn't like the kiss, why didn't you just say so?
What is that you're heating? Oh, that's a hot dog. Here comes some earth. Try one. You like it? There's no dog in this.
They've reached the checkpoint, so get to your ships.
See you later, hot blood.
The fuck was that supposed to mean?
Alright, so the battle begins and say X-Men makes the first approach, so obviously Sador sends out Daft Punk to counter her attack, but he's blown up as everyone comes to her aid and starts the real approach.
Good luck.
All right, Chad. This one's ours. Attaboy, Shad.
Alright, listen, I was gonna add more to this bit, but there's really not a lot of voice lines to work with here. Plus, I'm trying to get the video out before December, so, I just decided, I'll just cut it there. I apologize. Just look at this picture, Seth Rogen, okay? Alright, cool. Anyway, so Sator's guys come to attack on the ground, but the cowboy and the rest of the crew ready their space guns and strike back.
Retreat! Move the tank up! Move out the sonic tank!
Man, they even ripped off the stormtroopers from Emmett Otter's Jugman Christmas. I mean, look how bad their aim is. They can hardly hit these guys. Alright, so the two Kelvin offer to fight off the tank since they got no ears. Then they turn two guys into pixie dust, but end up killing themselves off somehow. Also, I'd like to mention this spear He-Man throws goes downward at an angle through two guys, yet manages to be angled straight coming out the other side somehow? What?
Shad, did you see me on the
Whoa, ahoy.
We exist for battle. Our creed is to live fast, fight well, and have a beautiful ending.
No violent ending is beautiful.
I don't know about that one. We dropped a couple of nukes on Japan, and I really think it solved most of our problems. That was really not okay, and I hope you guys know I apologize for that one. Some really awful humor in this one.
Anyway, so Gelt dies and the rest of them head back to the planning room to prepare for battle once more. Then we get this cool scene where Sator tortures and kills one of the sperm men and tries to steal his arm. Unfortunately, it fails when the sperm men use telekinesis and almost kill him. Oh, dude, sick plasma globe. Okay, so some more fighting happens and the cowboy takes off to join everyone up in space to help fight Sadar, but unfortunately he gets shot the fuck down. But honestly, if you ask me, he seems pretty chill about it.
That is exactly how I want to go down. Playing the harmonica and not even giving a shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the Leroy Jenkins of space. Very well done.
Oh my god, he just ran in. Save him! Oh geez, stick to the plane! Oh jeez, let's go. Stick to the plane, Shove. Stick to the plane. Oh gee, oh fuck. Oh, see, Spiffy, res us. Why do you do this shit, Leroy? I'm trying.
Not my fault. I've got to get him. He'll come back with more ships. We'll never be done fighting.
I'm no match for his force field, Shad.
I don't care, Nell. I want a shot at him.
Hey, Shad, it's cool you want to be a badass now and all, but have you stopped to ask the rest of the crew what they might think of your little suicide mission idea?
Think of the Varda, Shad. What is the first law of the Varda?
Bitch! Fuck the Varda!
So Shad begins to go in like a crazed gunman and begins to blow up enemy ships. Or lasers, maybe. I don't know. The point is he's going after Sator.
Nell, what's your status?
Damage report, Nell.
What did you say?
Damage report, Nell.
Who's that?
Oh no, Nell, this is not the time to be experiencing post-traumatic droid disorder!
Let them take us.
Don't worry. I'll blow the ship first.
30 seconds and counting, Zed. 29, 28, 27, 24, 15, 22. Did I say 15?
Hey, maybe if we're lucky, Nell will have them blown up by Christmas.
I command you to surrender.
I'll surrender, you sorry son of a mutant.
Whoa, Nell! Hey, guys, I'm sorry about what she said. I totally didn't even realize it. She probably only said it in the heat of the moment. She probably wasn't thinking about it. Not to mention she's got a bit of a brain injury going on right now. So, I I think it's best we kind of just forget about it and just play out the rest of the movie. I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it. Again, really sorry.
I want to live forever.
But St. Axman and Cowboy.
Yeah, they're dead. And that was Battle Beyond the Stars. Now, was it a terrible movie? Absolutely not. But was it as good as I remember? Sorta.
Alright, so let's just begin by talking about the problems with this movie, and by far the biggest and most noticeable one is a little thing I like to call character overload. The grand majority of this movie is just introducing the audience to all these characters who, after being introduced, get very little screen time, if any at all. I don't feel compelled to most of them in any way, shape, or form, and the ones I do feel compelled to either die off too fast or hardly get enough screen time to appreciate. And personally, I just feel like this whole Seven Samurai in space concept doesn't work the way it should. I'll be honest, all the sequences on the ground are pretty cool, but I find all the space combat hard to keep up with when you have all these different ships flying around, despite all of them having unique designs. The Spermmen and the Kelvin are way too much alike. One of them should have been cut. The movie steals so much from Emmett Otter's Jugbane Christmas that it's very clear it's trying its hardest to be just like it rather than being inspired by it. This guy on the box art doesn't even show up in the movie. Like, really, who the fuck is this guy? And while I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Nestor, I just find it very misleading considering Nestor is supposed to be 5 spermmen rather than 2 spermmen who have been conjoined. But personally, I could care less. I really just want to know who this guy is. And now you might be saying, wow, you must really hate this movie, and wow, this movie must really suck. And while it may look like that, it isn't exactly true. Battle Beyond the Stars feels like one of those movies you'll watch once, enjoy it, but then agree never to watch it again. The special effects were visually impressive for 1980. Some moments feel ironically or possibly even accidentally comedic. And it's got charm, so that counts for something, right? While the movie's not all it's hyped up to be, I'm really glad I got to relive this gem from my younger years, and more importantly, that I got the opportunity to share it with each and every one of you.
And with that, I'll see you all next time. This little piece of shit cost me $50.